I've online I've seen some shit with people talking about self body image and how they relate to themselves and being fat or thin or whatever the fuck and the media telling them this or that and all that shit. Here's my my thoughts on self body image. Body I don't even fucking understand how the term works. But my thoughts on it go as such. I don't give a shit. And the reason I don't give a shit is because my wife ain't left. I mean, that's pretty much it. Like, if you're in a position where you got somebody in your life who is attracted to you, then calm the fuck down. You know, it's probably, like, in most cases, it's not. I have a theory. I got to preface what I'm about to say with I have a theory. These motherfuckers will hear this shit and be like, well, that ain't for everybody. And I know it's not fucking everybody. I understand. Snowflakes, all that bullshit. But I think that it's mostly because depression and not being where you want to be in life and not being successful and all that bullshit. None of that shows in a mirror. Not one damn thing that I just mentioned shows up in a mirror. So what I think happens is you're looking in the mirror and you're like, everything is shit. Yeah. And you're just taking out all of your other shit on your body because your body is sitting right there. You can see it. There's no hiding. It's just there. So you're like, oh, well, my stomach's a little round. Who gives a fuck? Who gives a fuck? I see people who are just absolutely gorgeous running around talking about, I got a big head. You don't have a fucking big head. And if you have a big head, it works for you. Sometimes people with big heads look attractive. It happens. Calm the fuck down. Like, having a big head, having like wide shoulders, or whatever the fuck your main complaint is, it's not a problem. In most cases, like, sometimes people have fucking weird faces. Like somebody will have an eye that just does what the fuck it wants to do. And, that's a little weird. It's a little weird. But it doesn't mean that, you're impossible to love. Shit. Shawn Michaels from WWE has one of the weirdest working eyes ever. That fucker comes out to a song named Sexy Boy every time he comes out. He didn't give a shit. He dances around, prays on the ramp. Like, that totally doesn't give a shit at all as far as, like, what people might have. Well, maybe he does kind of care, because now when I see him, he's wearing like ball caps indoors, and the shading from the ball cap kind of covers his eyes a little bit. So maybe he is a little self-conscious, but he plays it off well. So there's that. But my point is, calm the fuck down. You look fine. Just chill. Like, people are way more attractive to confidence in a person than they are, oh, well, does she have big feet? Who gives a fuck? Like, a lot of the body shaming nonsense is just there because people don't want to talk about what the real fucking problem is. Like, here's an example that I'm totally making the fuck up, but is probably dead on true. Somebody somewhere just goes outside after getting the shit beat out of them by one of their parents, and they find a guy who's overweight and calls him a fat fuck because he doesn't know where to put the anger, because he can't just beat the shit out of his pops, because his pops beat the shit out of him twice as hard. So he goes to somewhere and takes it out on somebody else. Like, that's how shit like this can get started. You know, and it's not because you're fat. It's because they're getting the shit beat out of them at the house. You know, they got problems, not you. You know, being fat just means that, you know, you're eating. I mean, everybody wants to eat shit. You know, like it's I don't know. Maybe I'm being insensitive to the plight of the I don't know, self-image conscious people, something. I don't know. I don't fucking know. Maybe I'm not being so sensitive to their plight. And I'm not even writing it off as not being a plight. It's just you're kind of making a plight up to be upset about yourself. You know, like the media can tell you what you're supposed to be. The media tells me what I'm supposed to be every day. The media tells me I'm supposed to drink alcohol. I don't. The media tells me that I'm supposed to be at least somewhat buff. I'm not. Any strength that I have comes from fucking leverage. I know how to use what I got. It is not coming from brute strength at all. I don't train. Fuck that shit. I don't do any of that. None of that. You know, like there's parts of the media where it's like you're supposed to own a gun. I don't. Fuck that. Like, what am I gonna do? I'm gonna sit over here and no. I'm not gonna have a gun in my house because I'm gonna get fucking shot if I have a gun in my house. I already know. I have a very, very accident-prone wife, and I will get shot shoulder minimum. There's no way. I don't know. Like, you know, then my kid is half her, so he's probably gonna grow up and just be kicking me in the fucking crotch on accident and shit. No, I'm not doing that. That's just no. You know, like the media can tell you anything, but you just gotta know that is just out there. That, I mean, I don't understand, man. Like, just the concept of makeup is fucking insane. Like, you have to get up and fucking Van Gogh your face to look acceptable? Really? Like, that's the biggest fucking crazy part to being a woman that I've even, like, thought of. Like, you know, outside of the biology, you know, like pushing out kids and periods. What the fuck is up with periods? That's nuts. But yeah, just the makeup thing. Like, dude, you gotta get up and fucking paint yourself. As a man, I could just roll out of bed, throw on some clothes, and hop in the ride. But as a woman, I gotta fucking, like, especially, like, if I gotta do shit with my hair, man, fuck that. I done walked out of this house fresh out the bed, and I barely even wiped the crust out of my eyes, because I don't give a fuck. Because, like, chances are, if I'm going out, I'm going to Target to buy some grapes, and I don't give a shit. Just give me my grapes. Let me put them in the damn cart. Let me check these motherfuckers out. Don't make me sign no damn receipt, and just let me walk the fuck out the door. You'll get your damn money. We're good for it. Alright? And yes, I'm specific about grapes because I like grapes. But, you know, it just, man, that makeup shit, man. Like, it's amazing. What it does to faces is amazing. But damn, just having to do that and having that be the apparent norm is fucking bananas. Like, my wife doesn't wear makeup and she's gorgeous. I mean, I'm biased, sure, but like, she doesn't wear the shit, and I would never think to be like, oh, well, maybe you should. No, she looks fine as she is. And I bet that a lot of women would look perfectly fine without makeup. But it's like the bar has been set too high by talented fuckers. You know, like these super talented face painting fuckers have set the bar so high that if you don't leave your house looking like fucking Cleopatra Beyonce Knowles, then like people don't want to fuck with you, and that's ridiculous. And it's people are fucking weird, and people have fucking problems. But the image of yourself and shit, in a lot of cases, you can't even control. Like, that should not be a reason for you to be flipping out. You know, just, I mean, okay, just to put all of this to bed, I just say, calm the fuck down. And just pretend that your body is giving you the adjustments necessary to live the life that you are living. Just go through life like that. I'm pretty sure stuff will work out. Or, you know, you'll die like everybody else. So, I mean, there's that. Alright, I'm out. Alright, I'm